To get text on the screen, use the text tool. The text tool on the toolbox looks like this. It's the letter T. When you click on it, the text editing toolbar pops down from the top, and your cursor turns into the one that you see on the screen. To get a text box, you just click on the screen and you can start typing. Now, when you have your text box open like this and the text editing toolbar at the top, then you can edit your text. So we can change the font. These are all the fonts that are loaded on your computer. If you have some fancy fonts that you've installed yourself, you'll be able to access those as well. I'm just going to pick one here. You can also change the size. Now the size does go down to 72. If you need to make it bigger, you just type in the number in the box to make that bigger. When you get out of the text box, like to select the select tool or another tool button, the text box will close and the text editing toolbar at the top will not be there anymore. To get back to the text edit toolbar, you can either double click inside of the text box, or you can select it one time and press the text edit button on the marquee handle toolbar, and that will bring up the text editing toolbar. To increase the size of the text, if you don't want to mess with the font numbers, to increase the size you can just press this button and that increases the size by 2. I'm going to go ahead and select this and increase the size by 2. If you want to decrease it by 2, you just click on the smaller t. You do have bold, italicize, and underline. You can do that. You can also create exponents. So if you're creating an equation and you need this number to be your exponent, 2 squared, you can type out your equation, and this is the exponent or the superscript button, and that will make an exponent for you. You can also do the same thing with superscript. So if you're working maybe in chemistry, you select the number or letter that you want to move to the bottom, and then that's superscript. These two boxes here, the first one is the font color. So I'm going to select my text. I'm going to change it to red. The next color is the text box color. Right now it has the X through it, which means it's transparent. So I can drag this and I can see through to the back. If I want to make this a different color, I just change the color on there, and that's the color of my text box. You do have an option for an eyedropper, so if those of you that use a Mac should be familiar with this. What I can do is I can come out here and say, really be specific on a color that I want to use, just hovering the eyedropper over any picture or icon or anything like that. So if I want this color of blue from the highlighter, I can get that exact color that I want if it's not up here in the color palette. You have left align, right center align, right align. If you have paragraph, you can increase the line spacing or decrease the line spacing. You can also indent. You can also have a bulleted list, and you have some choices on the bulleted list. Open circles, filled circles, squares, numbers, letters, capitals. You also have the option of an on-screen keyboard. Now with this keyboard, you put your cursor here on the right side in the empty space on the middle and right click. You have some other options of keyboard. So you can actually make this keyboard bigger, and students can come up to the board and use this keyboard to to actually do some typing. And you do have a shift button where you can get some of those other characters. If you close the on-screen keyboard and then you open it back up, it will open up the exact same size and in the exact same spot that you closed it. The last button here is the symbols button. So you can click on the drop down arrow and you have things like different arrows that you can insert, bullets, clocks. So I'm going to create another text box and show you some of these. So you can insert a clock symbol like this. Or you have Greek symbols. You have hand gestures. You have math symbols. Okay, not equals to. Some miscellaneous symbols, office symbols, and then some other symbols, and you can scroll across, and there are some fractions in here also.